were nowhere to be found. Triumphant science had banished them from the realms of fact, with the same pitiless severity that the uncompromising St. Patrick had previously displayed towards the poisonous reptiles of Ireland. The poor ill-used dragon has now no place to lay his scaly head, the griffin has become a denless wanderer, and the fiery serpent has been forced to emigrate to a more genial clime. Fortunately, truth is stranger than fiction. The revelations of modern science transcend the wildest dreams of the old poets, and in exchange for a few shadowy griffins and dragons, we are presented with a whole host of monsters, real and tangible monsters too, who in the early days of the world's history were the monarchs of all they surveyed, and had no troublesome 7 champions to dispute their sway. We are on the shores of the ancient ocean. We search in vain for any sign of man's handiwork. No iron steamship, no vessel of war, no rude canoe even, has yet been launched upon its bosom, though the tides ebb and flow, and the waves chant their eternal hymn, according to those immutable laws which the Creator ordained at the beginning. The ocean teems with life, but it contains no single creature which has its exact likeness in modern seas. Its fishes belong for the most part to the great shark family, but their forms are much more uncouth than those of their savage descendants. No whales, dolphins, nor porpoises are to be found in these waters, their places being filled up by strange marine reptiles, which equal them in bulk and greatly surpass them in voraciousness. Yonder is one of these old monsters of the deep, the Cetiosaurus, or whale-like lizard. As it rests there with its broad back glistening in the sun, it might easily be mistaken for some rocky islet. But see, it moves. Now it lashes the water with its enormous tail, creating quite a whirlpool in its neighborhood. Now it raises its huge head, and displays a row of teeth at which the bravest might shudder. And now it darts away from the shore, leaving a wide track of foam on the dark blue waters. Another member of the saurian or lizard race is disporting himself in a little bay close by. The imagination of man never called up a shape so weird and fantastic as this, in which we see combined a fish-like body, a long serpentine neck, and a tapering tail of a lizard, the Plesiosaurus. As he paddles through the water with his neck arched over his back in a graceful curve, he looks a very handsome fellow, in spite of the somewhat evil expression of his countenance. But he is anything but handsome, if we judge him by the adage which restricts the use of that epithet to handsome doers. Look at him now, how eagerly he pounces upon every living thing that comes within the range of his pliant neck, how cruelly he crushes the bones of his victims, and how greedily he swallows them. We never witnessed such unhandsome conduct in a monster before. Leaving him at his disgusting banquet, let us now penetrate into the interior of the old continent, where we shall encounter some terrestrial reptiles of a very formidable character, the dinosaurians, or fearfully great lizards. We are in the heart of a strange, wild country. At our feet runs a mighty river, whose tortuous course we can trace far away on the distant landscape. The scenery around us is grandly picturesque, being diversified by high mountains with harsh and rugged outlines, yawning chasms, swampy plains, and thick forests. Here a broad stream dashes impetuously through a narrow glen, and there a placid lake glistens like polished silver. Huge masses of rock arise in 1,000 fantastic forms on one side, while on the other vast desert tracts, monotonously level, spread out as far as the eye can reach. The general aspect of the country is utterly unlike that of any modern land, and we gaze on the savage panorama before us with mingled feelings of admiration and awe. We are surrounded by wonders. The vegetation which fringes the banks of the river is strangely unfamiliar. Some of the trees remind us of the palms and arborescent ferns of the tropics, and others seem to be allied to the cypress and juniper, but they all belong to unknown species. The air, which is hot and oppressive, swarms with insects. Curious flies and beetles hum around us, and every now and then a huge dragonfly darts past like a meteor. Looking towards the river, other more striking forms of animal life meet our gaze. Hundreds of gigantic crocodiles are swimming in the stream, and